PKA 639 with our guest Wolf.
It was like I made like a
zip code.
A girl wanted to see me in South Carolina, but I also knew a girl in North Carolina. So I was like, hey, I come see you. Like, after, I didn't tell her like after, but I was like, this day I'll see you. And then I knew another girl that was, I won't get too specific, but a couple states higher. So like I went on a whole like East Coast like little vacation there, and I popped in, saw Woody, hung out with him. It was just a great time. That's the first time I ever watched
919 covered.
Yep.
That's the first time you ever saw what?
UFC. That was the first UFC pay-per-view I ever watched. It was Jon Jones versus Chael Sonnen. I saw an interview recently with Chael Sonnen, and he said that was one of the times when he was scared. He was like, I knew I wasn't going to go out there and win. I knew that I was the lamb being led to slaughter. I mean, you look at him, right? What was I going to do? Yeah, of course. And then I had the clip on my phone. I think I can like send it later because I wanted to like have it forever. It's the moment Joe Rogan pointed out to Jon Jones after that fight, like in the interview, that his big toe, like imagine this is your toe and like these are your other smaller toes. This is your big toe. It's broken and gone this direction. And so it has torn off right here. Essentially, his toe has been torn away from his foot laterally, not back.
Jesus.
And it has ripped open, and you can see white meat, blood, and the bone is clearly just broken in half. And he was doing it as he defeated Chael Sonnen at the end of the first round. If Chael Sonnen had survived that first round, he would have been the UFC light heavyweight champion, ending Jon Jones' unbeaten streak, because Jon Jones could not have gone out with that injury. It's one of those injuries where a doctor stops it, and they put him on a fucking stool. He is in shock right here. Like the reason I want Woody to see it is it's the first time I've seen Jon out of character. Jon is like hyped up champion Jon. He sees his toe and he has a panic attack. I know what he's feeling right there. He's borderline gonna vomit. See, look how he's holding his midsection. He's protecting himself right now because he's scared. Yeah. He's having to sit because he can't fucking stand. He's terrified. He's dizzy right now.
Get him to the doctor.
Really?
But you know what he's doing? He's ripping a fucking promo for his next fight. He's letting them know that he's Jon Bones Jones.
Yeah,
he
Nine Toes Jones.
He just finished the mouth, and now he wants this other guy.
What? How did he beat
my favorite? He ground and pounded him. TKO. He repeatedly picked double-legged Chael, put him on the fence, and fucking got on him. And it was him.
Is that what ended specifically? Yeah. That's how the fight ended.
That's how I picture the fight ending. Is him on top of Chael pounding and Chael just covering up. He's been double-legged multiple times. He's been just ruined in the wrestling game because that was Chael's thing. He out wrestles the wrestler. He outstrikes the striker. It's why I love that guy. He's so good. He's the baddest motherfucker in the world.
Jon Jones.
Yeah,
he's talking about. I think you switched to Khabib.
Oh, Khabib. Yes.
That's not true. So I won't even jump into like MMA and upset everyone with like 30 minutes of me disproving that silliness. But all that being said, I wanted to ask Wolf if he's seen the nonsense that is that slap league that Dana White puts on.
Yeah. Did you see the guy whose face was deformed?
Yeah.
Like,
it's all swollen.
And they have a version too. Do you want to hear a quick, cool UFC story?
Yeah.
So I'm not a UFC watcher. I've never gotten into it. I'm like old school martial arts guy who didn't like it at first and stuff like that. But the first time I got into UFC was I was playing paintball. They flew me down to Las Vegas to play paintball to host a Randy Couture game that he did for his. He had like a Wounded Warrior thing, and I got to meet Randy Couture, and very cool. He signed this for me. Ooh, my goggle. Oh no, can you see? No, yeah,
yeah, perfect. You got it.
He signed that to me, and he invited me to a match, which was very cool. It was on the strip somewhere, and I got to sit beside this guy named Dana White.
I heard.
And he runs the whole thing, obviously, right? So it was like, and it was cool because I was in great shape back then, and everybody like was asking me to take pictures and stuff because they thought like I was some upcoming fighter.
Yeah.
Because I'm shaking hands with Dana and everything.
You got your head shape too.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're all taking pictures of me and they're asking who I was and stuff. Oh, I'm just a paintball player and stuff. But
Oh, you should have played it up, man.
I thought about it, but
Yeah,
Randy
I've
was
mostly
there
been
too, and I
I've
didn't
been
want to be
fighting-
that guy.
Oh yeah.
Spent 3 years in Thailand, a couple years in Japan, you know.
There you
doing
go.
stuff, but it's just not real there. You know, I kept running into that horse shit, those fucking luchadors and shit. I'm here for the real deal, you know. I want to mix it up.
Yeah, there you go. I love
My
it.
nickname
I'm
is
looking to
the
make a
next
name.
one, which is funny because you're my next one, baby.
There you go. All right, that's marketing right
No,
there.
that
But
slap
yeah.
league thing is just a step too far to me. Like
Too far.
What's
Too
the step
far.
of the slap league?
it's just violence for the sake of violence. It's like it's Americanism. It's like that saccharine sweet. Oh, you MMA fixed boxing, and this feels like, oh, so the part you like about MMA is people just getting smashed in the face. Do you like that? You like people getting smashed in the face? Well, come watch this, where people just get smashed in the face. And I don't like that. I don't want to see him
It's
get
stupid.
smashed in the face.
And get have your eardrums pop.
And they're not
all that
athletes
stuff.
either. Like,
Dude,
one of
he
the
got
things I-
slapped so hard he became Eastern European. That's what the guy's face shape looked. Just a
Yeah,
potato.
I would like
I just
it-
assumed he was. It didn't occur to me he wasn't prior to the event.
They
I
slapped the
also-
check into him.
Like, I don't like that they're like recruiting from fighters and big strong guys too. Like, if it was like regular people on the street slapping each other, that you could almost watch, like a regular dude slapping another dude.
Oh.
But the fact that they've got these giant muscle men destroying each other, I can't stand
If
it.
you're gonna watch it, that's what you want, right?
I need to see it.
I went down this rabbit hole the other day. I'm not sure. Was these amateur fighters? Is it Barstool Sports?
Could be.
Oh, rough and rowdy. I've seen. some
Yeah,
clips of
that's
that.
it. And they get like rednecks fighting each other, and they get like it's the most trailer park insanity that you ever see. And these guys like fight it out, and I don't know if was it just boxing or is it also kicking and
I
everything
think
else?
it's just boxing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like, something you'd see it like in a crappy little waterhole bar somewhere in the middle of nowhere, and you just get these guys in the ring and they pummel each other. And I was so entertained by it.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
because-
the clips I've seen of it, like they don't know how, like they telegraph all their punches.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a lot of them are just big bruiser
It's
guys. Like,
regular guys.
it's exhibition matches
Yeah.
with people who are like, I could do this, and so it'll be like two midgets and
Yeah.
they'll fight. Like they'll have like the midget fight of the night, and
Or
then
we-
Dave Portnoy and Big Cat sit there and be like, oh. Not a very heavy punch, but look at his form. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not good
yeah.
either. Like,
Well,
they just they do stuff
Terrible.
like that and just rip on it, and then they'll do other things where like there's not even the premise of fairness in some of it. Like
No.
Dave will like I saw a clip where Dave Portnoy obviously was talking about it. He's like, oh, honestly, whoever made this match was probably betting on it. This is not fair. Sorry,
Yeah.
folks, this is not fair. Like big country's getting his shit pushed in it. That's
Although
almost
it's
like
like-
more enticing than
Yeah.
like the pros in a way. Is like
It really
watching
is.
these heavy hands throw them at each other.
And they'll get like either like two like ridiculously overweight guys pummel each other, or
Yeah.
two amateur meth heads like trying to knock each other out. And
Yeah,
That's okay if it's just like on, but if it's a pay-per-view, those have all been some of my bigger disappointments. I remember this is another little memory I have. This is when I was driving to your house for that trip I referenced a few minutes ago. I think Howard Stern had like, maybe it was a rerun. It was back when William the Fridge Perry, maybe a big
oh
football
wow,
he was gonna fight like some super tall guy. It was like a freak fight that was being put on. And I think Stern was like, being himself and like promoting the fight. And like I can't remember what happened though, but I'm sure it was just an awful shit show where like nobody was in shape and they all looked pathetic. I don't want to see.
I'm kind of on the other
hated
side of
Tito
that.
versus
Here's the
Elk.
thing. I enjoy all fights. Every fight where the two people really want to fight, I am there for it. It doesn't matter to me if it's the elite of the elite, Jon Jones against Cyril Gagne. That's a great fight. I want to see it. Two fucking 14-year-olds angry as fuck in a playground. Someone get their camera out. I enjoy that fight. I enjoy high school fights. I enjoy bar fights. I enjoy octagon fights.
I like
Every
seeing
fight is
women get their
interesting to me.
comeuppance.
Oh, I enjoy if women fight and you get a little X-rated shot in there.
No,
like that
that's
fight
not
too.
what I'm talking about. I'm talking about more of in like a domestic scenario when they just,
No, I want fights where two people
Oh,
want to fight.
Jesus.
That's big. The thing that I
Oh, she
am
thought she
attracted
did.
to, the thing I'm really attracted to is when both people think they win and can't imagine that they're not going to win. How
Yeah.
dare you think you're better than me? I am clearly better than you. And when they both have that same disagreement head into the fight, that doesn't always happen. Like when Chael Sonnen went against Jon Jones, he kind of knew he was going to lose. A lot of people are like, well, I'm the underdog, but I'm hoping I get the shot in. You know what? That guy can beat me 10 ways, but I can beat him one, and I'm here for it. I like that fight, but I love it when they're like, how dare you? How dare you think you're better than me? I am obviously better than you, and it's not close. Let me prove it. And when they both have that same mindset, I love that fight. It's not really about how skilled the fighter is. It could be middle school. I want to see it.
But you
I
know
like
what
the story.
amazes me is how many people don't know how to throw a punch. Like how
Yeah.
many people have never learned how to
I
fight.
mean, we just don't need to, if we're being honest, right? Like, when's the last time you threw a punch in anger?
Yeah, but it's
What day is it?
All right. And it turns out none of us need to know how
I'm
to
gonna look at
punch.
Tyler's
Yeah.
walls in his house.
Just-
She
Plus,
said I
you
was
got
looking
gun-
fat.
Plus, all of y'all have guns and shit anyway. Like, y'all could be in a fucking wheelchair and you're still the
Yeah.
baddest motherfuckers on your
It's
block.
in bad
The first
taste
thing
to
I
shoot
learned
your
though was to
wife.
fight with my hands, though. Like that's to be able to defend yourself was huge. And I'm not
I hear you.
I'm not even like I'm from the suburbs. I'm not from the hood or anything. Like I as the first thing I learned back in the day, and we were watching kung fu flicks every day, and you know what I mean. Like I took my son to learn boxing and my daughter to do taekwondo. Even it's not the greatest sport in the world, but like there's a lot of people who don't know how to throw a proper punch, and it
A lot of
surprises
people
me
can't
every
throw a
time.
ball.
Did you guys do
That's
karate?
true too.
Yeah, there are a lot of people who can't throw a ball.
That's
Did
why I
you guys
said
That's
do,
true, too.
Did you guys do
Here's the
karate
thing.
as
If
a
A lot
I
of
kid?
see a
people
man-
can't swim. Right back at you.
I cannot swim very well, not at all.
Oh,
Really?
I can swim so
Oh.
well. Kyle knows these things.